Teni lived with Rosa and her family for over a month. In that small house in Yaba, she found a peace she never had in the big mansion in Lekki. Rosa's brother, Toby, always made sure there was extra plantain for her, and Mama Rosa treated her like the daughter she never had. Back in the luxury parts of Lagos, Segun was feeling restless. He had sent boys to look for Teni everywhere. He didn't love her, but his conscience was prickling him. Or maybe he just wanted to give her a little money so he could feel like a big man instead of a villain. But his boys found nothing. It was as if Teniola had vanished into the Lagos lagoon. "Why are you so moody?" Tiwa asked him one evening as they sat in a fancy lounge. "Are you missing that boring sister of mine?" "No," Segun lied, forcing a smile. "I'm just stressed about work. Those clients in Abuja haven't replied to my proposals." Tiwa laughed and rubbed his arm. "Don't worry, honey, you have me now. We are the perfect power couple." While they were celebrating their perfect life, Teni was facing a new nightmare. For 2 weeks, Teni had been feeling strange. Her body felt heavy, and the smell of Mama Rosa's cooking, which she usually loved, made her want to vomit. She looked at the calendar on her phone and realized her monthly visitor was very late. "No, it can't be," she thought, her heart pounding. "Not after just that one night." She didn't tell Rosa. She couldn't. She waited until Rosa went to work at the insurance company, then she quietly slipped out. She went to a small private clinic far from their neighborhood. She didn't want anyone to recognize her. "I want to run a pregnancy test," she told the nurse. The wait for the result was the longest hour of Teni's life. She sat in the plastic chair, clutching her handbag, watching the ceiling fan spin slowly. "If I am pregnant, what will I do? I have no job. I have no husband. The father is a man I don't even know." Finally, the doctor called her into his office. He looked at the paper, then looked at her. "Madam, you are 6 weeks pregnant," he said plainly. Teni felt like the air had been sucked out of the room. She started sweating, even though the AC was on. Her blouse became damp. Do you want to keep it?" the doctor asked gently. "You look distressed. If the father is around, he needs to sign some papers if you want to end it." "I don't know who the father is," Teni blurted out, and she immediately bit her lip, regretting her words. The doctor's expression changed to one of pity. "I see. Look, this is a difficult situation, but I advise you to think carefully. You are young and healthy. Here is my card. If you need someone to talk to, call me." Teni took the card with a shaking hand and practically ran out of the clinic. She didn't go straight home. She walked until her feet ached. She thought about her life. If she stayed in Lagos, Segun and Tiwa would eventually find out. They would mock her. They might even try to take the baby or use it to disgrace her further. That evening, Rosa came home excited. "Teniola, I talked to my boss. There's an opening for an assistant role. You can start on Monday." Teni forced a smile, but her heart was breaking. She couldn't take the job. She couldn't stay. 2 days later, while Rosa was at the market, Teni packed the few clothes Rosa had bought for her. She looked around the small room that had been her sanctuary. She took out a pen and a piece of paper. "Rosa, Mama, Toby, you saved my life when I was at my lowest, but I have to go. I need to become a woman that can stand on her own 2 feet. I cannot tell you where I'm going yet, but please don't look for me. I love you all." When Rosa returned and found the empty room and the note, she collapsed onto the bed crying. Why did she leave? Did we do something wrong? Mama Rosa picked up the note, her eyes sad but wise. "No, Rosa, she didn't leave because of us. She left to find herself. Let her go. God will go with her." 4 years later, the sliding doors of the Murtala Muhammed International Airport opened and a woman stepped out into the humid Lagos air. She wasn't the broken girl who had fled 4 years ago. This woman walked with her head held high. She was wearing a tailored navy blue suit and expensive heels. She looked like a madam in every sense of the word. Beside her were 2 little boys, about 3 years old. They were identical twins. They were dressed in matching denim jackets and little sneakers. They had the kind of handsome faces that made people stop and stare. "Mommy, is this Nigeria?" Taiwo asked in a soft voice. "Yes, my prince," Teni replied, ruffling his hair. "This is home, and this time we are not hiding." She hailed a taxi. "Take us to Yaba," she told the driver. As the car drove through the familiar Lagos traffic, Teni looked at her sons. She often wondered who their father was. They had a certain big man look about them, sharp features and a commanding presence even at their age. When the taxi stopped in front of Rosa's house, Teni's heart raced. She stepped out, followed by the boys. Rosa was standing by the door, throwing out some dirty water, when she saw the beautiful woman. "Teniola!" she screamed, dropping her bucket. Teni smiled, tears in her eyes. "I'm back, Rosa, and I brought company."